welcome. So today is day 1 of the March expansion energy series, and if you've ever been to one of these series or one of these expansion series, you know what you're in for. But if you've never been to one of these series, then first of all, welcome and congratulations for stepping into this container with me. We go pretty deep here, and I'm going to explain a little bit about what's going to happen and what you might expect and what you need to do and how you can best work with this series to let it go really deep into your system. Now, if you're here, if you're part of this, you probably decided that there's something else to my well-being. There's something else that needs to be lifted out of my system in order for me to get better. Right? You probably decided that. You probably knew that. You probably maybe have been working with your energy around your well-being, around your vitality, trying to heal something or resolve something. And maybe what you've been doing is not working, right? The traditional methods of healing aren't working, and something in you says, there's something deeper. I feel like I'm holding on to something. And these are all, this is all correct. And it works like this. So when we are trying to heal ourselves, when we are trying to get better, when we are trying to overcome a condition, especially something that's been like chronic for a long time, and we're doing all the things that, the Western health professionals are telling you to do, and nothing's working, or they're just kind of managing the symptoms. You're like, this isn't how I want to live. I want to actually be a healthy person again. Right? When you can't like quite get there, you can't get over the fulcrum, it's because there's deeper interference. It's because there's deeper interference somewhere. There's something psycho-emotional that's happening. There's something energetic that's happening that's holding you in this pattern of illness. Okay? Now, illness, as we know, as research, there's so much research out there on this. If you follow anything by Dr. Bruce Lipton, Dr. DeMartini, Dr. Joe Dispenza, we all have come to the solid belief that, the solid understanding, it's not even belief, it's an understanding and proof that it's our thoughts that are creating the chemistry in our body. It's the thoughts that are creating the reality that we experience, whether it's our reality with our money, our reality in our relationships, our reality with our physical body, our reality with health, right? We're in a relationship with everything. We're in a relationship with health. We're in a relationship with our body. We're in a relationship with the people in our life. We're in a relationship with money. We're in a relationship with food. We have relationships with everything. And, there's just can be this very discordant, distorted energy inside of us from something that we're holding on to that's completely unconscious, that's stopping our body from being able to step into well-being, or stopping us from being able to resolve the thing. Now, understand that your body is it's a self-healing unit. It's not like we have to go in there and heal something. It's not like we have to go in there and fix something. We have to only clear out everything that's in the way of your body doing what it knows how to do. Your body knows how to heal itself, right? Like when you cut yourself, you don't try to micromanage it usually, besides cleaning it a little bit. You let the body do its thing, because the body heals itself, right? Or when you break a bone, right? You're not in there trying to like pack new calcium into the bone. You're wondering, what do I do to heal this bone? To get out of the way and just let your body do its thing. So why do we have such a hang up around the body healing other things? Okay. Why do we have such a hang up around that? Because the root of most chronic conditions are emotional. They're energetic. And the body, it tries to resolve the energetic stuff, but because we have such an attachment to it, we hold on to it. And so the body's like, well, I'm trying to heal this. I'm trying to clean this, but you keep holding on for dear life to this idea, to this story, to this old wound, to this old guilt, to this old pattern, to this old way of being, to this identity of a sick person. Right? And so it expresses itself through the body. And this is why we have trouble getting sick now. In bioenergetics, such as something like bioenergetic synchronization technique, which is something that I use, we actually muscle test the body to see what is the interference here? Like, what is stopping you from getting better, from healing, from resolving this? And we muscle test, we ask the body, is it this? Is it this? Is it this? Is it this? And it comes down most of the time to something, emotional. There's a charge stuck in the body around the thing. And then when we resolve the interference, the body can just do its thing and heal itself. Okay, so our job is to just get rid of the interference that's standing between you and your body being in its fullest potential. Okay, so maybe you have something you're trying to overcome, but maybe you're like, I don't really have anything major that I'm dealing with. I just want to step into more of my vitality. I just want more vitality. And that's perfect, because what we do is we just check and see what is in the way, what's blocking your fullest expression of vitality, what is blocking that flow of energy and stopping you from maybe actualizing even more potency and even more vitality and even more youth. Okay? And we clear out the interference around all of that. Now, this is one part. All right? When we have, so we're going to go a little bit advanced here today, because I trust that you can go there with me. And then I'll tell you how the whole process works in a moment. When we have been stuck in a chronic pattern for a long time, like maybe you had this chronic condition that you're trying to manage, or you've been from doctor to doctor to doctor, and you're just on a bunch of medication, and they're like, here, this is your reality now. Go home. Good luck. Right? Which is really shoddy medicine, if you ask me. When we've been dealing with chronic something for so long, one, we know that there's a shitload of stress connected to it, right? There's a ton of stress connected to that. Second, there's a lot of emotional residue when one has to battle with or be concerned about their health, right? When our health isn't thriving, we contract. There's a mechanism in the body at your root chakra, which is your survival mechanism, that's like, ooh, I'm not safe, I need to contract, right? And if we're in that state of contraction, we can't go out and live our life fully. We don't. We always hold back a little bit because we're afraid. It's like we desire to go do the thing, but we don't. So it's like, well, what if this happens? And what if this happens? And what if I have another episode? And what if I can't handle or can't manage? And, oh, I don't want people to see this about me, or I can't walk that well. And all the things. So we can't really go out and live our life. So in that, there's another layer of underlying stress. Because whenever the soul feels restricted, there's going to be stress. Because the soul, the energy that is within you, it always wants to rise and express, and rise and express, and rise and express. Always. To the day that you die, it's going to want to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. Now, if it can't, it creates interference. It creates resistance in the body. Right? And resistance is, we can call that stress. What we have decided stress is, that's actually what stress is. It's an inner resistance between your natural impetus for thriving and exploration and growth, but then a story about, I can't do that, I can't have that, I can't be that, I can't do that, that's not available. That's what stress is. Okay? It's a belief about something. It's an inaccurate belief about something. How do I know it's inaccurate? Because your GPS system is your truth meter, your inner GPS, your truth meter. Truth will feel light, and a lie will feel heavy. A lie will feel like stress. A lie will feel like anxiety. Okay, that's when you know you're believing something about something that's not true. So when we've been in this identity for a long time about our body, we're like, well, I have just been living forever with this fibromyalgia or this chronic heart condition, or I've just been living forever with, this leg doing this thing, or I've just been living forever with diabetes, or I've just been living forever with all the things, my thyroid condition. I've just been living with that, and that's who I become. Okay, and so when we live with something for a long time, we act as the person who has that. We choose as the person who has that. We speak about ourselves as the person who has that. We become, at a cellular level, the person who has that. Okay? And we know that our thoughts are what is instructing the chemistry of the body. And then what happens is the chemistry of the body influences the thoughts. And so we become this identity, okay? And so any healing, any miracle is actually just a shift in identity, because we have to take you from being the person with the thing. And let's go to extremes. Imagine someone has been in a wheelchair off and on for 10 years because they have really bad MS or something. Okay, let's go extreme. They become the identity of that person, right? Their world closes in on them. That means their choices become from that point of view. Their thoughts become from that point of view. Their thoughts about what's possible for their life come from that point of view. When they wake up and how they treat themselves and how they might be very careful about how they're walking around their house or shuffling around their house, are all from this point of view of this is my reality, this is who I am. And the embodiment of that reality actually becomes what fixes us in a reality. It fixes the body in a particular state. So when I say that any miracle or any healing is actually just a shift in identity, we know now, like, this is not new. We know now, because the science is there, plain and clear, that when we change the information at a cellular level, the body can begin to heal itself. It will take instructions from us. And so if I said, okay, I need you, in order for us to resolve this, I need you to start thinking, talking, walking, speaking, treating yourself like a person who is completely healed of whatever you have. Okay? I need you to do that, because we need to let your cells know that that's not who you are anymore. We need to stop giving them those instructions to be that, to do that. Okay? And we know now that what we become in the mind is what we become in our reality. It starts as a thought first. What we become in our mind is what we become in our reality. Okay? So whether you are trying to be a fit person or an abundant person or a famous person or a successful person or a healthy person, we not only need to clear out the interference that's stopping you from living that reality, but we also need to become that in our day-to-day. We need to purposely, intentionally change the way we're being in our day, who we're being in our day. Okay, so if I'm going to take myself from a person that has claiming like this is I have this thing, I need to start treating myself like somebody who doesn't have the thing, like someone who can trust their body, like someone who loves their body, like someone whose body gives them freedom. And then from that space, I decide, okay, now what would this person do? What would they choose? How would they eat? Where would they live? How would they show up? So we change things in an internal and an external way, right? And then we get a miracle shift. We get a complete resolution of the thing. Okay. Now, in this series, like, this is day 1. This is just about health and well-being. Day 2 is about your physical body, meaning if there's something aesthetic about your body, if you've been in like a body drama kind of thing, okay, whether it's with your weight, or you have some sort of body shame, just something's happening with your physical body that you're aesthetically not pleased with. Okay, and then day 3 is going to be about the fullest expression of who you are, which is freedom. So it's like a freedom lifestyle, being able to feel your desires and just go for it. free from the beliefs of it's not possible, I'm not worth it, I can't do that, I'm not talented enough, they're not going to receive me, all the blah, 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 the head trash that happens. Okay? But today is just about health and trusting this physical body. Now, everybody's condition, so to speak, everyone's condition is very different. It has different roots, it has different reasons, okay? And it's unconscious, meaning it's below the level of the conscious mind, meaning you're unaware of it, right? If you were aware of it, you would have fixed it by now, obviously. You would have fixed it by now. But it's unconscious. And some of the reasons why, some of the interference that's stopping us from stepping into that new identity, it has nothing to do with your physical body, okay? And let me explain this a little bit. If we go back to talking about identity, okay? If I said to you, when you fully trust that your body is healthy, when you're just completely healed, who will you be then? What will you get to do, and what will you get to have, and what will you get to experience that you're not experiencing now? Okay? And with that, if you have all that and you're experiencing all that, what about that doesn't feel right to you? Okay, so if you're like, well, I have the freedom to just go do what I want to do and just give myself everything I want to give myself. Like, I really want to travel and I want just to be free to travel, but I can't because I have this thing. But if I was healed, then I would go like travel and do all the things. All right. And if I said to you, okay, now what doesn't feel right about that? You might feel like, well, I feel guilty. I feel guilty. I can't leave my family behind. What makes me think I can have all that? Might be like, I'm actually too afraid to live that life. Or so-and-so might be pissed off at me. So-and-so might be jealous of me. Mom might be, dad might be, my sisters, my spouse might be jealous of me. My friends might be jealous of me, and I don't want to have that. So I'll just not do that. Okay? We can actually create illness as a way to hold ourselves back from something, as a way to self-punish. It's very unconscious. But when we start digging, you'll see, oh my God, I'm loaded with grief. Oh my God, I'm loaded with guilt. Oh my God, I'm loaded with shame. Okay. And these are the things that secretly stop us from getting better. Because sometimes there's more benefit to not being well than there is to being well. Sometimes being well would put us into this full expression of freedom that maybe we're not comfortable with. We don't want all the eyes on us. And so it's easier just to create this physical reality that's can lay underneath the surface. Okay, and like I said, sometimes there's more benefit to being ill than there is to being well. Sometimes that's how we learn to get love and attention, is by not being well. Right? Or if we do something for ourselves that negatively impacted someone else, or someone else had a very negative response to something that we did for ourselves, sometimes we'll self-punish in order to be like, see, I'm okay, I'm not happy, it's good. There are so many secret things that can be in there. And so in these clearings that we're going to do, we're going to pull out the stuff, right? And the thing about this, guys, is Western medicine has no way to measure this. We can't measure for grief. We can't measure for guilt. And in kinesiology, we can totally measure all of that. But in Western medicine, they have no way to measure this stuff. Right? Western medicine is very like, this is your arm, and this is your heart, and this is your digestion. And why isn't this working? Well, let's blood test, let's bacteria test, let's test all these things. But we live in the sickest society we've ever lived in. So obviously, right, Western medicine is missing a lot. Right? Their remedy is, here's some chemicals. Western medicine is chemical intervention. It's here's some chemicals. Good luck. Let us know when you run out of chemicals. We'll just give you some more. Okay? That doesn't work. And I want you to decide that you're worth more than that. when we begin to bring humanness back into health, we begin to incorporate the human and consider the human and what the human is thinking, what the human is feeling, and how that is creating their physical reality, then we're going to get somewhere. And we are, right? And neuroscience and quantum science and the new biology and in holistic health and integrative medicine, we're catching on. Right? This is the foundation of what we learn. This is the foundation of how we work with our clients. And this is why people can have miraculous healings. This is why people can resolve the root of the thing. Because we look at the human, we say, okay, what's really going on? Like, what's really actually happening that's creating this at a molecular and cellular and energetic level, right? And we know that when we work at that level, that's when people heal. That's when people can step into a new reality with their body, a new reality with their health. That's not really happening in Western medicine, right? So we have to look at what's actually working, what's actually resolving, what actually takes this person who is, been on diabetic medicine forever and can't lose weight for the life of them, and what makes it so that now we can have them step into a new reality where they've lost the weight, where they've got a new relationship with food and a new relationship with life. Well, what happens is we look at the human and see what's actually happening, and we resolve what's actually happening. And there's nothing, you don't need to have a chronic illness or imbalance for this work to work on you. Because whenever we clear out interference, we're going to feel lighter. We're going to feel more vital. We're going to stay younger because there's more light. Right? Aging is an accumulation of time, which means it's an accumulation of unprocessed emotion. That's what aging is. And then it weighs down the tissues. It makes the tissues curl in on themselves. And that's what aging is. So when we open up the tissues and we release all of the junk that we're carrying around, we become youthful and vital again. It's really simple. The human is in two stages. They're in expansion or they're in contraction. We contract to hold on to all of the old emotions that we didn't know how to process. Okay, that makes us sick. It makes the body acid, it makes the body sick, and it makes the body very susceptible to disease. Okay, when we open and release, the body becomes more alkaline, and the body is in a natural state of healing. It's just in its natural stage of healing where it reproduces it replaces the dying cells at the same rate that the cells die, which is regeneration. When we don't replace the new cells as fast as the old cells die, then that's degeneration. Okay, so I just want you to get a different picture of your body. Now, this is coming in, so I just want to speak to this too. When we talk about hereditary imbalance, there's no such thing as a genetic imbalance. There's no such thing as a genetic dis-ease, okay? And the study of epigenetics is really showing us this now. What happens is it's not the imbalance, like if someone's like, well, I have heart disease that just runs in my family. Cancer, it just runs in my family. Being overweight, it just runs in my family. That's just the way that we are. It's actually not that. It's a mindset, or it is a emotion, a demeanor, a way of being that actually gets passed down from generation to generation to generation. And epigenetics shows us that when there is an unresolved trauma, it gets passed down. It gets tagged on the methylation pathway. And then that demeanor, so to speak, that unresolved emotion, which creates something happening in the physical body, it turns a gene on or off, gets expressed, okay? And we know that this can actually skip generations. So when we have a family history of heart stuff, we can look and say, well, does every single one of those person in the family have like a really crappy diet? And do they smoke? And do they, defile themselves on a regular basis? Do they treat themselves like they're crap? And is it that's actually creating the heart disease? Is it the demeanor? Is it the habits that gets passed down, the lack of self-love that gets passed down that makes you treat yourself the way that you do? Or was there an unresolved grief or an unresolved trauma that affected the heart so much that it made the heart center, the energetics, the chi flow to the heart weakened? Okay, and then you go and add bad diet and all the things to that, then yeah, you can be susceptible to heart stuff. Okay, but if we clean up the diet and then resolve the internal influence, then we shut the gene off. Okay, and we know that genes are influenced, a gene turning on or off, whether it's a diabetic gene or heart disease gene or whatever the gene is. We know in order for it to be turned on, it needs a stimulus. It needs an internal and an external stimulus, meaning the external is like the diet and the lifestyle, the stress, and the internal is the emotion. When you have all that coming together, it can turn a gene on, a disease gene on, okay? When we get rid of the emotional interference and we clean up the environment, we can turn that gene off, okay? And so when we're doing this healing work and this identity work, ultimately what we're doing is we're resolving the internal influence, and then we also have to clean up the external influence. We also have to look at your lifestyle, how you're treating yourself, how you're eating, how you're seeing yourself. Okay, and you step into the identity of somebody who loves themselves, somebody who cares for themselves, somebody who actually values their life, somebody who values their vitality, someone who can go live their life. Okay, and those are the external influences that take the stress out of your system. Okay, and everyone's a little bit different. And when we work one-on-one together, we really go in and unpack all of these things. But today, the point of this is to help you clear out a lot of the internal stuff, the very unconscious internal stuff. Okay? Because that's the first step. That's the first step. Now, when we clean out the internal stuff, sometimes that can give us the impetus to change the external stuff. Okay, we resolve the shame and all of a sudden we decide we want to treat ourselves better. We're like, what am I doing? Let me clean all the friggin' Doritos and, Hostess cakes and Weight Watchers food out of my fridge, and let me just feed myself whole food, and let me clean up my house. Oh my God, what have I been doing? And let me go move my body. My God, what have I been doing? Right? Those shifts can happen when we clean out some of the deeper underlying things. What are the deeper underlying things? There's emotion and there's what I call points of view. Points of view. And a point of view is something like, if I go do this, then this person's going to be let down, and I don't want to let somebody down, so I'm just not going to do the thing. Okay? A point of view can be, so-and-so doesn't want me to have the life I want to live. A point of view might be, I cannot eat any carbohydrates or I'm going to gain weight. A point of view might be, I can't be happy. Right? A point of view can be expansive or be very contracting and very limiting. A point of view might be, I can pick one or the other, but I can't have both. So I'll just stay here in limbo. There can be any point of view, but points of view sometimes hold us in a place of stuckness. And those points of view can sometimes not be beneficial to us. And we create points of view. Sometimes we inherit points of view from our family of origin, right? We inherit our mother's points of view about something, about life, about who you get to be and what you should have and what's appropriate and what's not appropriate and who you can be out in the world and what's noble and then what's not, right? And all these different points of view can actually pull us away from the authenticity of who we are. If we don't feel like we can be authentic, oftentimes the body will get sick as a way to show you that you're not being authentic, right? And there's so much research around this too, that when we're not being authentic, because the body is coded, designed to keep you authentic to you, aligned with your highest values, and we are not being authentic to that, the body will find a way to show us with stress, with anxiety, with habits of overeating, over drinking, somehow defiling ourselves, okay, somehow depreciating ourselves. The body is designed to keep you authentic to you, to your desires. And this is a huge pillar. When we get into the vitality codes, this is one of the vitality codes, is being authentic to you, living inside your values, right? So maybe your values aren't an accumulation of assets. Maybe that's not a value to you. Maybe your value is like to travel and learn, and that's your value. But if you're trying to live in someone else's values because that's what they told you you should do, you're going to get sick. Okay? It's like if someone has values that are like they value horses and the equestrian lifestyle, and that's what they desire and that's what they want, but their family made them believe that no, you don't get to do that. You have to go out in the world and do this instead because that's not valuable. The body will get sick. Like, you are made to thrive inside your own values. You're made to thrive inside your own values. So sometimes what's hiding in there is, I can't be me. The real me isn't welcome. When the thing is, when you are being the real you, that is where you are going to be more resourceful. That's where you're going to be able to be more adaptive. Like, your executive brain centers will come on when you're in alignment with your own values, and that's where you're meant to thrive. You can take it all the way to the top. Yes, you can become rich by living in your highest values, and you're going to thrive inside your highest values, whether it's frigging stamp collecting or cooking or being a parent, or farming, or you enjoy numbers and finances. Those are all different sets of values, and one is no better than the other. It's just, what were you designed with? Because that's where your genius, your natural genius, is going to actually be. And that's where you're going to do the best. And that's where you're going to come into your full potential. Okay? And I bring that in because it is one of the vitality codes. And oftentimes I see inside people this belief that I can't be myself. And so their body gets ill. And it's made to do that. It's actually, it's made to do that. And that's a whole nother discussion, a whole nother workshop, a whole nother lecture. But if you want to go deeply into that, the vitality codes start in just a couple of weeks, where we really go deep into the 4 pillars that create incredible vitality that you've got to get into alignment for you. Okay, for you to actually thrive as a human in a way that will translate to your physiology. Okay, let me say that again. For you to thrive as a human in the way that will translate to your physiology. What makes the human thrive is when the human is fully expressed. Okay, we have this toric field of energy that comes up, and it comes out around us, and it comes up, and it comes out around us, and you might have seen this picture at your chiropractor's office. Okay, it's called the torus field, or the toric field, however you want to say it. And when it is flowing fully, I mean, there's no interference making it go into like a wobble. When it's flowing freely is when the human is fully expressed. They're fully living in their highest potential as the fully expressed version of them. Okay, again, whether they are a musician, whether they're Farmer John, whether they're the person on Wall Street, whether they are the best mom, whether they are the best puppy breeder, whatever it is, they're in their fullest expression. When you're in your fullest expression, your chemistry is going to naturally be more balanced. Like, this is actually a science. Your chemistry is going to be more balanced. Your executive brain centers come online. You start to see a bigger picture. You come out of survival. Okay, and your chemistry says, I am free. I am free. I'm healthy. I'm fully expressing. And that fully expression is what actually creates vitality, right? And then you create an environment around yourself that supports you in being the best version of you. That is the new way of health. Okay, it's not work a job that you hate till you die, and then work out once a day, but stuff your face and binge drink and binge eat every other day. But do that one workout a day and then keep doing a job that stresses you out. Like, that is a sure fast track to a heart attack. It's not balanced, it's not wise, it's not smart at all. Okay? So we have some things that we can get in line. We have some things that we can get organized. We have some things that we can clean up. And today we're going to start this cleanup by cleaning out this interference, these points of view that are pushing us into something that is not ours. These points of view that are limiting the full expression of who we are, because that's how you thrive. That's longevity. Okay. So what I'm going to do, now let's talk about the actual process. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be talking to your subconscious mind, because this is where this shit lives, is in the unconscious, in the subconscious, right? The conscious is like the top of the iceberg. The unconscious is the rest of the iceberg that you can't see, but that's actually creating 98% of your reality. 98%. That means this little guy right here, this ticker, is 2%. It creates 2% of your reality. So you can have the best intentions to heal and do the things and stick to your diet and do the things, but then you're like, why isn't this working? Why isn't it getting me anywhere? Because there's another identity that's happening down here that says, nope, that's not safe. You can't have that. It's not a good idea. Let's just be this instead. All right. So we're going to free up. We're going to create space for what you desire. In the world of manifestation, which is actually just feng shui, it's actually just feng shui. In order to receive what we want, which might be health, which might be more vitality, or it might be like to get our shit together and just like stick to a routine that makes us feel amazing. In order to receive that, we have to clear out the old. You know, it's just like when you go in your closet and you clean everything out. It just feels so good. You created space, and you created space for new to come in. All right. And this is the same thing. We have to create space for what you do desire to come in. Because right now, where you are, you haven't received what you wanted, the new reality, the new identity, the new relationship with your body, the new body, because you're not actually available to receive it. You're like, yeah, give it to me, but I'm still going to hold on to all these limitations and all these limiting beliefs and all the things that drive the shitty habits that are creating the thing and the old ways of thinking. I want the new, but I'm just going to still hold on to all this stuff. It doesn't work. It's basic feng shui. We've got to clean out to create space for what we want. Okay, we have to be available for it, which means we also have to expand to receive it. And what do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? And I'm explaining this because the more you understand it, the better it's going to work for you. The more you understand this, the less of a mystery your health and your well-being are going to seem to you. Okay, the more you understand this, the less of a mystery this is going to seem to you. Your health, your well-being, your body, the less of a mystery it's going to be, which means you're back in the driver's seat, right? Knowledge is power. And I've been figuring this stuff out for a long time. And this is it. Like, you can change anything about your body with exactly what I'm sharing with you today. Okay, you're welcome. When we talk about creating space, it's like this. And I'm going to use the example of money because that's a little bit easier for us to wrap our little brains around. If we have been living in scarcity and lack for a long time, and we are used to having just enough, like paycheck to paycheck, of like having just enough to get by and just enough to get by and just enough to get by. Even if we were to go out and do all the things to like create more money, sometimes what happens is we manifest more bills. I'm making more money, but now I have more bills. Okay? Because our identity didn't necessarily change. Because when we live as a person who like never has any extra, who never has any overflow, who never has the extra, we have to say no to a lot of things. And we're used to saying, no, I can't afford that. We're used to not having pleasure. We're used to not indulging. We're used to, penny pinching, and we're used to, buying everything on sale, even if it's something that we really want. We're always used to saying no, or shopping the clearance racks. We're just used to this particular way of being, and it becomes an identity. And so sometimes when we do the efforts or we do the things to create more money, it doesn't actually change the way we feel. Okay, because we can make a ton of money. I don't care if you're making a friggin' $1 million a year. You can still feel like you're under the gun. You can still feel stressed out. You can still feel like, oh my God, the heating bill came in, and oh my God, the tax bill came in, and oh my God, are we going to have enough? And you can still be in the same reality. Right? When the reality that you actually want, so you're in the same reality with money, you're in the same relationship with money of like, when the reality that you might want is one where you're at ease with money, where you're like, yeah, we can have that. Let's go. You want to go on a trip now? Let's go on a trip now. Okay, you want to buy this thing? Let's not even look at the price tag. Let's just have it. right? Living as an abundant, affluent person might be very different, a different mindset than living as a person who has all these restrictions and rules about what you get to have and what you can't have, and what's practical, and when's a good time to have this and when's not a good time to have this. Okay. And so if we're living in that confinement, in that limitation, and we withhold and we don't tip well, and all these things, we're not actually available. So this is my container. We're not actually available for the new reality that we want, because that new reality is much more expansive, right? We're in two states. We're contracted around something, or we're expanded around something. And whenever we've been afraid is when we contract. Whenever we've not had enough, whenever we've had illness, whenever we had shame, whenever we had doubt, it contracts us. And in order to have what we want, we need to expand into a new reality. And then we're available, right? We're open for that bigger reality. When we're all contracted, we're actually not even available for it. The reality can be coming to you, and you just being like, I have to keep being the same person because I'm so afraid that the thing is going to happen again. I'm going to run out of money again. We're not going to have enough again, or I'm going to get sick again. And the thing is going to happen again, and we're contracted. Right? And so if we can release the reasons why we got contracted and unravel that, then we no longer have to live inside that reality, because the very thing that made us contracted in the first place has been resolved. And then your brain starts to perceive a new reality. One where freedom, and whatever it is, where your money, your health, your body, your beauty, your relationships, your communication, your lifestyle is the end result. Okay, because that's actually not your natural state anyways. And so I just wanted to bring that in, okay? And that's something that we talk about a lot in the mastermind that's coming up at the end of the month. And it's the Freedom Lifestyle Mastermind, where we go in and we unravel all of the limitations and help you step into really go over your manifestation with a fine-tooth comb to see where you need to align, what you're holding on to, how you're not available for it as you say that you want. Okay. And I'll send you details about that if you'd like them. Now let's get to the clearings. So what I'm going to be doing is talking to your unconscious mind. Okay? There's nothing for you to do but just sit with your eyes closed and breathe. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to your unconscious mind. Your unconscious is going to bring things up, and it might feel like a rise of energy. It might feel like a thought comes in, like an understanding or perception of what the thing is that I'm asking your subconscious mind about. You might get nothing. It doesn't matter. But when it comes up, what we're doing is we're instructing and commanding the unconscious mind to clear it out, to uncreate it, to delete it. Okay, and the words I use are really weird words like POC and POD, which means from the point of creation to the point of destruction. From the moment you created that to the moment that you shut down around it, the moment you confined and contracted around it. Okay, around your own freedom, around your own body, around your own well-being. So don't worry too much about the words. It's just a clearing statement that we use to access the unconscious layers of your being. Okay? So let's begin. We're ready now. So let's just take a nice big breath in. And a big breath out. So we're going to start just by coming into a more expanded state. And we're going to do that with a little bit of a meditation so we can expand and be in the present moment. So we can just take another big deep breath. And exhale everything that's not the present moment. And again, inhale. And exhale everything that's not the present moment. And let's just come into a state of neutrality. And we're just going to let go of resistance. So whatever you've been trying to resist, to push against, just let yourself stop all that. Let yourself just be in the present moment without needing to judge what's here, what's not here, what you feel, what you think. And again, inhale everything that's not this present moment. And exhale all of that. I want you to just become aware of the most obvious, the most dominant sound that you hear. And I want you to become aware of the most subtle sound that you hear. And I want you to become aware of the most dominant sensation that you feel. And then become aware of the most subtle sensation that you feel on your physical body. I want you to bring your awareness to the center of your chest. And go into the center of your being, about 3 feet. Which sounds silly, but the inside of your being is vast. And just see this beautiful pink light, which is like the center of your being, your divine self. And then take your awareness 6, 7, 8, 900 feet up above the top of your head. Wherever you would go to connect to unconditional love. Wherever you go to look for guidance, wherever you go when you pray, or just to unconditional love, wherever that exists for you. And then pull that down right through the top of your head, right through your crown chakra. And see it as this brilliant diamond white energy. And invite it in to wash through your brain. And wash through the back of your eyes, cleansing, clearing, purifying. Let it wash through the cells of your brain, all the neural pathways. Let it wash down through your throat, through your heart, through your stomach, through your pelvis, washing you deeply, energetically, as well as physically, all the way down to the roots, down the legs, down the feet. And then from the bottoms of your feet, reach your energy down into the center of the earth. Down, 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 till you find that place that feels like it's just happy. Like it just feels good, like, this feels good. And feel that magnetic connection the bottom of your feet to that place in the earth, and feel how it just feels just so good and just at ease, like it balances everything in your body. And it does. And then pull that beautiful energy, and it might look like a blue light. Bring it up, 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 up through the soles of your feet. Opening the soles of your feet to receive that grounded, rooted energy up through your legs, up to your pelvis. And see this energy coming from above and below, the blue and the whites, coming up and coming down. And then forming this beautiful little vortex in the center of your being. And whatever you see, whatever you visualize is just perfect. And this will act as a vacuum. And bring that awareness back to the center of your chest, to your heart space, the field of the heart. We know that the field of the heart has its own intelligence. And the Heart Math Institute has done some amazing research showing us how to use the field of the heart to heal the body. And start to see this as a pink light, getting brighter and bigger and bigger and bigger inside your chest. So it's actually pressing against the inside of your body. And then see it passing out through the body, the front, the back of the chest and upper torso. And as you breathe into this light, the light gets brighter and brighter and brighter. This is your divine essence, the truth of your being, and see it expanding out 3 feet, 6 feet, 10 feet beyond the body. And take that energy out beyond your home or wherever you are, out past the town, the county, the state, the country, the planet, all the way out into the universe, connecting with all that is. And we'll ask the universe to meet us right here. As we call in the manifestation of your vital body and who you desire to be inside that body, the habits you desire to have, how you desire to hold yourself and treat yourself, and maybe be more refined with your body. Whatever it is that you want, call it in now and claim it for yourself. Just see that white light in your body amplifying a little bit more, because it will illuminate the truth. It will illuminate everything that is not this. It will illuminate everything that is not the truth of who you really are. And let's just set an intention that as we go through the clearings, we're going to be willing to release all of that in exchange for what it is we truly desire. And what is it that you truly desire? Get really clear on it. How do you want to feel? Who do you want to be? How do you want to be perceived within your family unit or in the world as it relates to your health? What freedom do you desire to have with that beautiful vitality? And sometimes we need to get clear on what we don't want in order to get clear on what we do want. So get really clear on that. What am I going to do with all this new vitality when I'm healed? And this is no longer my reality or my identity. And if that brings fear in, just be with that. That's perfectly fine. Sometimes we don't know ourselves to be anything other than this battle with our body, other than this person who battles with food or indulgence or whatever it is that we battle with. It's all good. We all have them, but we can choose something new. But it takes the choice first, and then we can clear what's in the way. So once you have decided, once you have claimed, send your energy right down through your feet and ground it into the center of the earth as this is mine. And I'm willing to let go of the habits, the patterns, the thoughts, the way I be that are recreating this or that are standing in the way of this, that are creating this. And so it is. So your job for the next amount of time is to just relax, to stay expanded. And as I speak, just inside your being, you're going to say yes when I say, could you uncreate and delete all of that? Okay. And I'm going to be calling up points of view. I'm going to be calling up whatever is in the way. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So what magic, miracle, point of view, consciousness could you become in order to fully step into the reality and identity that you just visualized? And whatever is in the way of that, could you invite love in to completely destroy and uncreate all of that? Good and bad, right and wrong, across all space, time, dimension, realm. Please and thank you. What point of view and judgment are you holding to create this perpetual story about the way your body is? What story points of view are you using to claim an identity? What stories and points of view are you using to make your body respond the way it's responding? And whatever that is, whatever created that, could you now destroy and uncreate all of that across all space and time? Could you invite love in to destroy and uncreate all of that, good and bad, right and wrong, across all space, time, dimension, realm, please? And thank you. And we call love in because love is the universal solvent. Love is what reconnects the circuitry. We know this through bioenergetics as well. So what judgments and points of view are you using to somewhere make yourself wrong for what you want? What judgments and points of view are you using to make yourself just wrong? What judgments and points of view are you using to make yourself wrong for what you want? What judgments and points of view are you using to make yourself just wrong? Specifically in the way that it's contributing to whatever is going on with your body. And whatever that is, could you invite love in now to destroy and uncreate that? Right and wrong, good and bad, across all space, time, dimension, realm. Invite love in to bring truth to the untruth, to bring truth to whatever points of view we're holding. Where are you holding on to an emotion that is not yours, that's creating illness in your body? Where are you holding on to an emotion that is not yours, it's creating illness in your body? And we're asking the subconscious mind, because the subconscious mind knows exactly what's up, where it is, what it's about. So whatever that is and whatever it's about and whoever you took that on from and the reason why you did, could you now let go of that? Could you now uncreate, destroy, and destory all of that, good and bad, right and wrong, across all space, time, and dimension and realm, from the point of creation to the point of destruction? Please and thank you. So that clearing statement is from Access Consciousness, in case you're wondering. I'll post the link after. Where are you creating imbalance in your body as a way to be loyal to your tribe? Where are you creating imbalance in your body as a way to be loyal to your tribe? Where are you creating imbalance in your body as a way to be loyal to your tribe? Whatever that is, whatever that's about, wherever that started, could you now invite so much love in to completely rectify that? To uncreate, delete, destroy, destory all of that, right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, shorts, boys, beyonds, all nines. Again, don't worry about the clearing statement. Just allow it to release across all space, time, dimension, and realm, please and thank you. Where are you destroying your own body with your habits as a way to keep control? Where are you destroying your body with your own habits as a way to keep control? Keep control of your life, meaning I get to be the one to choose what I want, even if I choose to destruct overeat, overdrink, all the things? Where are you creating illness or disease or imbalance in your body because you want to keep control? Whatever that is, could you invite so much love in now to destroy and uncreate and rectify all that? Destroy and destroy all of those points of view that make you do that. Good and bad, right and wrong, POC and POD. Across all time, space, dimension, realm, please and thank you. So I'm feeling into what everyone has brought. That's how I do my work. I feel into what you've brought into the space. Where are you creating imbalance in your body out of shame? Where are you creating imbalance in your body as a way to punish yourself? Where are you creating imbalance in your body as a way to punish yourself? Where are you creating imbalance in your body, in your health, as a way to punish yourself? And whatever that brings up, could you take all that and destroy and uncreate it now, please? Could you invite so much love in to rectify and bring so much forgiveness into all that for everybody involved? Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, Taurus boys, beyonds all nine. How could you release that even more deeply? Could you release that even more deeply? Anything in the way of that? Could you destroy and uncreate it now, please, across all space, time, dimension, and realm? Where are you using food and diet as a way to keep yourself small? Where are you using food or your diet as a way to keep yourself small? Where are you using crappy food or overeating as a way to keep yourself small? Small so that you wouldn't be seen, you wouldn't be caught, you wouldn't stand out too much, so that you wouldn't get in trouble. Whatever the reason is, wherever that is, whatever that brings up, could you now destroy and uncreate all of that? Could you bring in so much love now to destroy and uncreate all of that? Rectify all of it, forgive all of it. Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD. Across all time, space, dimension, and realm, please and thank you. And I say across all time, space, dimension, and realm because we want to include anything that happened in the lineage. It's all connected. Quantum entanglement is a real thing. So we want to clear all that up. It doesn't hurt to include it. Where are you creating poor health in your body because you don't trust yourself? And if you have poor health, then it's a reason to not move forward. Or are you creating poor health in your body because you don't trust yourself? And because you have poor health, it's just an excuse to not take action. Where do you not trust yourself and using that lack of trust to create ill health or to create an imbalance, to create a condition? Where are you using lack of trust as an excuse to create imbalance? Whatever that brings up, whatever that pulls up, could you now destroy and uncreate it now? Right and wrong, good and bad. POC and POD across all space, time, dimension, and realm, please and thank you. Where are you afraid of getting in trouble and using that as a way to keep yourself small? Where are you afraid of getting in trouble and using that as a way to keep yourself small? Where are you afraid of getting in trouble and using that as a way to keep yourself small? Because if you stay small, if you're sick, then you won't have to put yourself out there and you won't have to get in trouble. Problem solved. Whatever that is, whatever you're really up to, whatever that pulls up, could you now destroy and uncreate it now? Because you're bringing so much love to completely rectify the rhyme, the reason for that point of view. Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD across all space, time, dimension, realm. Where are you not willing to step into a new reality with your body because that means too much attention would be on you? Where are you not willing to step into a new reality with your body because too much attention would be on you and that might mean too much responsibility? Where are you unwilling to step into a new reality with your body because too much attention would be on you and then that would be too much responsibility? And then you fear being judged. Whatever all that is, Could you now destroy and uncreate all that? Could you bring so much love in to rectify, clean, clear, delete, release everything that is, right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, across all space and time, please. Where are your twisted thoughts about who you are? Literally twisting your body. Where are your twisted thoughts about who you are? Literally twisting your body. Where are your twisted thoughts about who you are? Literally twisting your body. And everything that is, could you completely destroy and uncreate it now, please? Could you bring so much love in with this divine intelligence to destroy and uncreate, bring resolve, bring forgiveness, bring rectification to all of those points of view, right and wrong, so everything you made right about it, everything you made wrong about it, everything you made good about it, everything you made bad about it, from the point you created it to the point you shut down around it, everything that's said, everything that's unsaid, across all space, time, dimension, and realm, please and thank you. Where are you not available for what it is you say you want? Where are you actually kidding yourself and you're not actually available for what you say that you want? Where are you kidding yourself and not actually available for what it is you say that you want? And whatever that is, whatever that brings up, could you bring so much love into it now and allow love to bring truth to all that and release the untruth? Allow love to bring in truth to release the untruth about that. Right and wrong, good and bad, across all space, time, dimension, and realm. Please and thank you. Now again, stay nice and expanded in your field, in your body, which is what that means. Stay nice and expanded in your body, and also allow yourself to look in on your face and see if you have, don't look, but feel into your face and see if you have some weird look on your face. Really let yourself surrender, right? In order to release, we have to let go, which means we have to come out of contraction. Wherever you're perceiving more benefits to being ill than you are to being healed, wherever you're perceiving more benefits to being ill than to being healed, again, wherever you're perceiving more benefits, or it's safer to be ill than it is to be totally vital and free and healed and happy, whatever that is, whatever that brings up when I say that, could you destroy and uncreate all that? Across all space, time, dimension, and realm, right and wrong, good and bad, known and unknown, said and unsaid, please and thank you. So let's ask your body, what judgments and points of view are you using to create imbalance in your body? What judgments and points of view are you using to create imbalance in your body? What judgments and points of view are you secretly using to create imbalance in your body? What judgments and points of view are you using to perpetuate whatever your condition is? What judgments and points of view are you using to perpetuate your condition? And whatever that is, whatever that brings up, whatever comes up, if something comes up, you might feel it, you might know it, you might get nothing, it doesn't matter. Your subconscious knows whatever that is, whatever came up. Could you now be willing to let it go, to surrender it, to bring in so much love, to bring truth to it? Could you bring truth to that untruth? Could you bring truth to that untruth? Could you bring more truth to that untruth to completely resolve it, rectify it, uncreate it, delete it, destroy it, right and wrong, good and bad, across all time, space, dimension, realm, times a godzillion. Please and thank you. Where is living in a healthy body outside of what you think you're actually capable of? Where is living in a healthy, vital body outside of what you actually think that you're capable of? Where does living in a healthy body make you feel like you would have to take on more responsibility and you actually don't want to take on that responsibility, so you allow yourself to be ill or perpetuate something? Where are you using illness as a way to get out of doing something? Where are you using illness or dysfunction as a way to get out of doing something or being something or taking responsibility for something? And whatever that is, whatever that brings up when I say that, could you completely destroy and uncreate it now? Could you bring in so much love to bring truth to those untruths? Could you bring in so much love to bring truth to those untruths? So much that it destroys and uncreates the story. Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, known and unknown, said and unsaid, across all space, time, dimension, and realm, please and thank you. Where does having the body that you really desire seem like more of a threat than it does a benefit? Where does having the body you desire seem like more of a threat than anything else? Where does having the body you actually desire feel like more of a threat than it does anything else? And anywhere that that is and whatever that is, could you completely destroy and uncreate it? Could you bring in so much love so the love can bring truth to that? Can rectify, can bring truth to the untruths. You can let go of the untruths, let go of the points of view. Could you destroy and uncreate those points of view, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD. Across all space, time, dimension, and realm, please. What would it take for you to step into a reality with your body that felt amazing to you? What would it take for you to step into the reality with your body that felt amazing to you? What would it take to step into a reality with your body that felt amazing to you? And whatever is in the way of that, could you destroy and uncreate it now, please? Good and bad, right and wrong. Could you bring so much love into whatever is in the way of that, known and unknown, said and unsaid? Could you completely surrender whatever that is? Whatever's in the way of you stepping into a new reality with your body. Whatever's in the way of that, whatever it is, known and unknown, said and unsaid, could you completely destroy and uncreate it now, please? Where are you believing that someone's going to hate you? If you are thriving, if you have the body that you desire, where do you believe that someone's going to secretly be jealous of you? If you have the body that you desire and you don't want to deal with the jealousy and you don't want to deal with your crap, their crap, so you create a body that you don't actually want. Where are you creating a body that you don't want because you're afraid of someone being jealous of you? And whatever that is, whatever created that, could you bring so much love in and completely let go of that? Destroy and uncreate all of those points of view. Good and bad, right and wrong, POC and POD, shorts, boys, beyonds, all nines. Where are you believing that your body can't heal? Like it's impossible. Where are you believing that you have something that can't be healed? Where are you believing that you have something that can't be healed? Where are you believing that you have some sort of a condition that the body cannot 100% recover from? And whatever that is, wherever you took that on from, it's probably not even yours. Could you destroy and uncreate it now? Could you let it go? Could you surrender it? I guarantee you there is no value in holding on to that. Whatever that is, whatever created that, could you destroy and uncreate all of it now, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, shorts, boys, beyonds, all nines, across all space, time, dimension, and realm, please. That cleared up a lot for you guys. That particular one. And these are the sneaky points of view and judgment that create our reality with our body and our healing reality. And so we've got to speak to these, we've got to include them so that those points of view no longer limit us, because it doesn't serve us. Whether it's true or not, believe me, it's not true. But there's no value in holding on to believing something is impossible. There's no value in it because there's no value. Why do you want to be right about that? Okay? Why do you want to be right about that? There's no value in hanging on to that. Okay? And what else are you hanging on to? There's actually no value in you hanging on to it. What other points of view of your body are you hanging on to there's actually no benefit to you holding on to that point of view? And whatever all that is, whatever that brings up, unconsciously, subconsciously, could you bring in so much love and allow that to be destroyed and uncreated across all space and time, dimension, realm, through all of your lineage, through all of your lifetimes, everything you made right about it, everything you made wrong about it, from the point of creation to the point of destruction. Please and thank you. What also happens is, because I'm feeling the energy unravel. So for you guys who don't know me, I'm a somatic intuitive where I can feel what's happening in your body, and I can feel what's happening in my client's body, and I can actually tune into individual people and feel exactly what it is. Like, what is it that you're believing? What is it that you're holding? And then we clean that up. But I'm speaking to so many different people right now. But what can happen is when we hold on to points of view about our body, about what's possible, and whatever points of view we have in there, it closes down our bandwidth, our container. And so the answer that we need might be outside the bandwidth. It might be like out here. But those points of view hold us in this spot that we're not expanded enough to be like, oh, I never thought of that. Oh, this is amazing. Oh, I just happened to run into a person who said the thing to me, and then I was able to hear what they said to me, and it ended up fixing the thing that I was having a problem with. Like, when we release these things, we're expanding our bandwidth for well-being. We're expanding the bandwidth of our consciousness, right? Points of view hold us in a contracted consciousness around something, and I energetically, it looks like if you have like an afghan that's knitted or crocheted, if you were to like snag it, everything kind of pulls in around the snag, right? If I pull one line or one thread, everything around it kind of cinches in, right? And that's the same thing that happens with our consciousness. Is we make one point of view, like, I can never have that, or my body can't heal, or someone tells you this is just something you'll have to live with, right? And then we get contracted around it because it doesn't feel good, right? There's emotion around it that doesn't feel good, which holds that belief in place, that point of view. And so our entire consciousness contracts in around it, so that even if the answer came, it's like we're not expanded enough to like receive it. Okay, so we're releasing the snags in our consciousness so that we're open to perceiving our body in a completely new way. Right? So where did you have something that happened to you that made you create a limiting condition around your body? Where did something happen to you that made you create a limiting condition around your body? Where did you have something that happened to you that might have been traumatic that created a limited condition in your body, or a limited perception of your body? And whatever all that is, could you now bring in love into that point of view to completely destroy and uncreate and de-story that point of view? Could you bring it in again? Could you bring in more love to that? Could you bring in more love to that and destroy it even more? Could you release it even more? Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, whatever it is, wherever it came from. All the good, all the bad. Bring in the forgiveness, the love, the release. Releasing all that stuck energy around the thing, please and thank you. Okay, so to give you a visual, I know I'm a visual person. We have a snag, which means it's an untruth, right? Someone says you'll never heal from this. It creates a snag, an untruth. And so we invite love in as a universal solvent to release the emotion, the story, the contraction, and we just get to release all of it and say, no, that doesn't belong in my world. There's no benefit of me holding on to that. I decide to release and expand into the fullness of my natural state. Because before this happened, I was fine, right? Before this happened, I was fine. So, before what happened, were you fine? What was the thing that happened? What is that thing that happened that part of you deeply knows is contributing to what you have going on? What is the thing that happened, if you let yourself be honest with yourself? What is the thing that actually happened that you know somehow contributed to what you have going on? And feel where that lives in your body. Feel the contraction around that. And whatever that is, whatever created it, whatever was involved, and whoever was involved, could you bring in so much love now to release it? Could you bring so much love in now to rectify it, to bring truth to the untruth? Could you bring in so much love now that you completely uncreate and destroy the story that you created, the story that caused you to create, the story that you decided to create, that point of view? Could you bring in so much love to completely destroy and uncreate all that? Good and bad, right and wrong, across all space, time, dimension, realm, please and thank you. Could you surrender it even more? Could you bring in even more forgiveness and surrender it even more, and everything that's coming up that's connected to that? Could you surrender all of that as well? Could you surrender all of that as well? Good and bad, right and wrong. Totally and completely now, please. What magic, miracle, state of consciousness, choice could you be right now to completely step into a new relationship and new identity in your body, the one that you want? What magic, miracle, choice, state of consciousness, beauty, mystery could you become now to completely step into a new reality with your body, a new identity in your body? And anything that's in the way of that, could you now choose to let go of? Could you now choose to uncreate and delete? Could you choose to let go of it? Could you just choose to destroy that, to destroy what's not useful, to destroy what's not useful, to destroy what's not helping, to destroy and de-story exactly what you've been telling yourself that is blocking you from getting well? Whatever that is, could you completely destroy and uncreate it now across all space, time, dimension, and realm? Please and thank you. I'm going to ask your subconscious mind one more time. And you might, even though I'm asking your subconscious mind, you might get, something might rise to your awareness. Like if I say, what are you using? Or what story are you telling yourself that's blocking you from completely stepping into new reality with your body? Something might come in like, I can't. Something might come in like, I'm unworthy. Right? Something might come in that's like, it's not possible for me. And these are just stories and points of view. And it is not serving you at all to hold on to it. Whatever you made right about it, whatever you made wrong about it, it doesn't matter. It's not serving you. So let go of it. Because what's possible when you let go of it? What's possible is definitely better than what you've got going on now. Right? What is possible if you let go of this stuff? Everything is possible. We're in the quantum field where all potentiality exists. We're experiencing what right now is one potential. What you're experiencing right now in your life with your physicality, it's not just about your body. It's about so many other things. It's about life. But this is just one possibility for you to experience. We live in a field of infinite awareness and infinite possibility, and all we have to do is decide to let go of our awareness of this potential reality and bring our point of view to what feels good. Okay? And so if we zoom out on your life, your body is not the result of your physical body. Like your physical body does just not go haywire for no reason. It doesn't happen. Right? That's what Western medicine might think. They're like, well, we don't know why this happened. And we don't know how to fix it either. That's why we're going to give you all this medication to try to... Your body is the representation of the way that you are thinking and the way that you are living your life and who you are being in your life and how you are responding to everything that's going on in your life. If we look at someone who has really like bad fibromyalgia to the point where it's kind of like twisting their spine because their fascia is so locked, I can guarantee you that person has incredible twisted thoughts about who they are. A whole lot of unworthiness, right? And this will show up in the physical body. The physical body is the physical representation of your self-perception and what you believe is possible in your response to those beliefs. So if the beliefs don't feel good, then get rid of it. I don't care if you think it's true. Just get rid of it. Okay? So let me ask your subconscious, what beliefs, what points of view, what judgments, beliefs, points of view are you using to create exactly what you're creating with your body? To create exactly what you're creating in your habits. I know some of you are having aha moments. I know some of you are downloading. I know some of you are like, oh, I don't need to punish myself anymore. So whatever all that is, whatever that brings up, whatever you heard or didn't hear, doesn't matter. Your subconscious knows. Could you just destroy it, uncreate it all now? Could you just let it go? Could you just surrender it? Could you just bring so much love in that the love can dissolve it? Could you just relax enough to know that there's another reality outside on the other side of those points of view? And could you be willing to release those points of view in order to step into that new reality with your body? Thank you. Right and wrong, good and bad, across all space, time, dimension, and realm, please and thank you. How are you guys feeling? I know that you're feeling lighter. I know for a fact that you're feeling lighter. I know that you feel expanded. I know you're starting to feel like, oh, this thing doesn't grip me as much as it was before. This thing it doesn't really have me like it did before. I'm starting to understand that as I let go of these points of view in order to see what else is out there, what else is possible for me, I can expand my energy. Right? This is quantum medicine. This is how we heal. This is, so I'm on the board of National Drugless Practitioners, and this is how we work with the body, right? Now, could your body need some therapies or some sort of nutritional support? Sure. But that alone isn't going to do it. We've got to clear the interference. Okay? So we'll do one more clearing and then we're going to finish up for today. I just tune into you guys. So what could you let go of that if you let go of it? I'm asking your subconscious mind, what could you let go of that if you let go of it? Your body would totally, completely resolve everything that's going on. That doesn't feel good. What could you let go of that if you let go of it, your body would totally be able to resolve everything? And whatever that is, could you bring in so much love around that thing to let love soften it, to let love dissolve it? Could you soften the place in your body that might be contracting right now because it wants to hold it? Could you dissolve? Could you uncreate? Could you release all that? Could you bring in love to bring healing, to bring resolution and rectification, to bring truth to the untruth that you're believing about the thing? Could you be willing to let go of that point of view that you can step into a new reality, a new possibility that's beyond that point of view? And everything in the way of that, could you now destroy and uncreate it across all time, space, dimension, and realm, totally and completely now, please? And thank you. Could you let it go more? 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 Could you let the fear go? Could you let the emotion go? Could you let the judgments go? Could you let the fear of the unknown go and know that you're stepping into divine perfection? You're stepping back into your natural state. Your body knows where that is. Could you let go of control of how to get there or what that looks like? Could you allow a miracle to happen now? Could you allow a miracle to happen now? Could you allow a miracle to happen now? Could you let a miracle into your world now? Could you let yourself receive a miracle? Yes, you are worthy of it. Could you let yourself be worthy of it now? And everything that's in the way of that, could you destroy and uncreate it now? Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, shorts, boys, beyonds, all nines, across all space, time, dimension, and realm. Could you allow yourself to have a miracle? And everything that's in the way of that, what's in the way of that? What is in the way of that? Whatever that story is, could you uncreate and destory all of it in exchange for peace, in exchange of a great rectification? Could you release all of that even more? Could you allow love in to balance everything that's connected to this, to bring forgiveness, to bring release to everything and everybody involved, knowing that everyone's highest interest will be met by your reception of a miracle? I know some of you needed to hear that, didn't you? To know that everyone's highest and best good will be met simply by you receiving a miracle. When you receive a miracle, everyone else receives the miracle too, right? I know some of you need to hear that. So could you receive that miracle now? And everything that's in the way of that, and create it with love. For your highest good, please and thank you. Okay, the last seed I'm going to plant, what magic miracle state of view, point of view, consciousness, beauty could you become right now to totally step into your miracle? What magic miracle state of point of view, consciousness, state of being, energy could you step into right now to receive your miracle, to allow total healing in your body, to allow a great rectification? And whatever's in the way of that, could you just let it go in exchange for peace? For your highest good, please and thank you. What would it take for you to receive your miracle? What would it take for you to let go of all of it? What would it take for you to let go of all of it? Why is it so easy to let go of all of it? What would it take? Why is it so easy to let go of everything that's interfering with your well-being? Why is it so easy to step into well-being? Why is it so easy to step into total health and vitality? Why is it so easy to stick to good habits? Why is it so easy to step into total well-being? Why is it so easy for your body to heal? Why is it so natural? Why is it so easy for you? Why has it always been easy for you to step into well-being with your body? Why is it just what you know? Why does it come so naturally to you? Why can you do it? Why did you do it? Why can you do it? Why was it so easy? Why was it so easy for you to heal? Beautiful. A little NLP for you guys there. So that concludes today. You will receive a link to watch the replay, and you can listen again and again and again and again. And since you've sat with me once in kind of a meditative state, you can certainly play this again while you are, going about your business, doing your dishes, folding your laundry, whatever you're doing, sitting outside by the pool, whatever you're doing. You can listen and let it go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And before you know it, your system is going to be energetically corrected. So thank you for showing up. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being open. Thank you for trying something new. Thank you for being smart. Thank you for knowing that there is an easier way with your body. Thank you for knowing that the path to well-being is not through struggle and it's not through hardship. It's just through rectification of your energy. So thank you for knowing that, and thank that part of you that knows that it knows that it knows that it knows that well-being is your natural state. Vitality is your natural state. And anything that's in the way of that, we get to destroy and uncreate it. We get to choose it. We get to choose to let it go. Okay. Awesome. So if you have any questions, let me know. If you would like to do private work where we really go in and look at you uniquely and see exactly what you're holding on to, that's stopping you from stepping into the physique that you desire, or well-being at some level, then just reach out and we can schedule a consult and then talk about working privately together in depth. All right, guys, that's it. And last, if there's anyone you know that would enjoy this, please send them my way and I will send them the link so they can purchase this energy series as well. And that's it. And let me know your feedback. Let me know what happens for you. Let me know what insights you have. Okay? You're growing. You're a different person now. So allow yourself to start to treat yourself as if you are somebody who is healthy, who had the miracle, who just gets to go on with their life now. All right? All right, guys. I'll talk to you all soon.